Welcome into Soda City Living. We're at Goat Daddy's Farm and Animal Sanctuary in Elgin. Josh, thanks so much for having us.
I appreciate you guys coming out today. It's been a lot of fun so far.
Yes, happy to be here. And tell us about this space that we're in now.
Yeah, so we've actually come inside of what we used to call the farm store, but it's now really more of like an education center. We've got a lot of things up on the walls that identify local, whether it's tortoises or frogs and toads or trees that are around the area, in addition to other wildlife and animals that we've been able to take in over the last couple of years. So you really get to see a lot of different species of reptiles, a couple different snakes, bearded dragon, savanna monitor, maybe even a ferret or two, and even Bugs Bunny over here.
Yeah, so definitely not just reptiles in here. I think the most interesting thing from my perspective is the prairie dogs.
The prairie dogs are a lot of fun. So we have a couple senior prairie dogs over here. These guys have been with us for the last couple of years. They came to us from an unfortunate situation where it was DNR had to come in, be able to take those away from the owner, and then brought them out to us. They are in their senior ages, so we're trying to give them the best life possible for what time they have left with us, but they are amazingly cute animals. They have a huge vocabulary where they can talk and squeal back and forth.
Really?
They recognize people when they come in. So those guys are a lot of fun, and it's been really interesting getting to know a prairie dog.
Definitely. So some of the other animals in here, you do have birds as well.
Yep, so a couple cockatiels over here. Again, these are owner surrender situations. Some of them will whistle back to us and let us know, talk to us. There's just going to be a wide variety depending upon where the best setup for is the specific type of animal that we might have. But you're going to see a couple different things that you might not always see together in the same room in here.
Okay, yeah, and just I guess whatever works.
Whatever works, you know. If it's a safe place for the animal, that's the number one thing. And if we can find a good place for it inside, some of these have different restrictions, whether it's heat, light. They all require very special type of setups to ensure that they have the best care. Heat lights in particular. I mean, you've got these $120 lights for a little lizard that just to keep it warm and have the right UVA, UVB lights. It's very specific for each type of animal that you have to look after, and they all have each individual requirements, and most of them require electricity, especially with reptiles.
Definitely, so they need a very special space, and within this reptile house, they all need their own little compartment.
That's it, that's it. And sometimes it's on shelves and we go vertical, and sometimes we spread them out where we can with the space that's available close to an outlet.
Yes, so I bet this is a popular space for field trips.
It is. A lot of times what we end up doing is if it's a smaller group, we'll have them come inside here and sit down, crisscross applesauce, or we'll have them come outside and sit on the concrete outside, and we'll bring some animals out there so they can get hands-on, be able to feel a snake, touch a bearded dragon, kind of get to experience some of these animals that they may have never seen before,
right,
or they may have seen but never knew what they felt like or what they touched or where they came from. So it's always a really good time to kind of educate folks of here's some local wildlife that you might see out walking around, and then here's some other things that you may have never seen before, and be able to feel and touch and learn and understand. So there's a lot of education that goes into that part.
Also within this area is a cooler with lots of great products.
It is. So when you look at the farm aspect of what we do, the mainstay is the goats, it's the dairy, it's the cheese, it's those kind of things. So we've got our fridge in here full of grade A raw goat's milk. We've got our eggs that are local from the farm. If you want a big green egg for some green eggs and ham, just like Dr. Seuss there, you can get an emu egg, or any of the different flavors of cheese that we have, and put it on a sandwich or a bagel or some mashed potatoes with some garlic and chive.
Oh wow, yeah, tell us about some of those flavors. So the garlic and chive is all-time favorite.
It is a really, really good one, and I tell everybody, if you like a really good loaded mashed potato, take a little bit of that garlic and chive cheese, throw a dollop on there, and you basically have a nice loaded mashed potato right there with the garlic and chive. Or throw it on a piece of steak or a pork chop or whatnot, let it melt onto there. Really, really good stuff. There's so many things that you can do with the cheese, from lasagnas to bagels to whatever it might be.
You name it. I used to put the garlic and chive in my scrambled eggs.
There you go.
That's really good.
It's good. A little spinach in there.
Yeah.
All set.
And then there's some really good, like, more fruity ones.
Yeah, the fruity ones are really good. So anything breakfast, you can throw it on a toasted bagel. Take some of that, crumple it up, and throw it on your salad, and you've got a nice fresh salad for you.
There you go. And we've talked about this before, but the flavor of the goat cheese might not be as pungent or strong as people are used to.
Yeah, totally. It goes into the different types of breeds that you have. We have Nigerian dwarfs, dwarfs, we have mini Nubians, we have Nubians. Those are a little less pungent, at least on the flavor, the goatiness of the flavor. And then it also depends on where your boys are at. So you keep your boys too close to your females, you have a hormone production in the female, which gives you that kind of goaty flavor that people either love or maybe they don't like so much.
Right.
So by being able to get rid of that out of the milk and the cheese, you actually get a wider group that can enjoy the cheese and the milk with us.
Yeah, and when it comes to the eggs, the MU, I guess.
I know.
MU eggs or EMU eggs.
That's it.
How many chicken eggs does that equal?
Yeah, so you might get about 10 chicken eggs to every 1 emu or MU egg.
Yeah, so how exactly does that work? I picked one up and it's so heavy. How do you open it? What do you cook with that?
Yeah, so essentially you'll just need something very large and dull to kind of hammer it open a little bit. Or if you want to save the egg, you're going to have to drill through it and blow it out.
Oh,
a lot of folks, they like to get the egg, still be able to eat it, but then also save the shell because the shell is pretty cool. It's a nice, big, hefty, heavy shell, and you can do a whole lot of different things with it, or just set it on your shelf if you want to keep it for later.
Right. So what does it taste like? Is there a flavor difference?
I'd say it's pretty much in line with an egg, maybe a little less bland, which is why it's great to cook it with, you know, say like a frittata or any type of big omelet where you can throw in some peppers and you know, onions and mashed or potatoes and bacon, anything to throw some flavor in there, and it's really, really good. Little hollandaise on top, and you're good to go.
Awesome. If anyone wants to learn more about the education outreach that you do, the animals here or outside as well, or the products, where can they go?
Yeah, goatdaddies.com is our website. Easy access to find everything that we've got on there, whether it's milk, whether it's education, whether it's a field trip or a private tour, or even the Airbnb. Go to goatdaddies.com and you'll be able to find out more about it.
Definitely. And if someone feels called to donate and help all of these furry friends, how can they do that?
Definitely. We were very, very fortunate recently. We had a big program that we were running to build a big flight pin for all of our parrots that we've had. We were able to successfully raise the funds for that through that program. And then also going through our website through goatdaddies.com, there's places on there to be able to donate, or you can send a check directly to us for Goat Daddies Animal Sanctuary. And then obviously Amazon wish lists are a great way to see exactly where your funds are going. If that's what you want to do, you can, whether it goes to nuts, enrichment toys, anything else for the animals, it's all listed right there to be able to help out.